congratulations on the win. How important does that one feel?
Really important to have this feeling away from home. Great support from our away fans as always. Not a great game. You can feel it. No great chances. Just in the end, with the long balls, we try to control the game, try to play our game, but we need to improve a lot, and you can feel it. But this time we hold the result, and then with one goal we close the game, and then it's really important to win now.
Clean sheet tonight. That must feel really significant.
It's really important because clearly you are closer to win games and give you confidence. And we didn't suffer too much today, and that is a good sign. It's not just the clean sheet; it's the way we defend. Like I said, we need to improve a lot with the ball. Without the ball, we were okay. Control the game. We score, and now we move on to the next game.
You did score. A bit of luck needed in that goal. Is scoring goals still a bit of a problem for you as a team?
I think so. Even when second half we want to change some things, and there is no, we lack some pace and some power in front. But it is what it is, and. We need to have more ball, create more chances. We need to take the ball to the last third. We struggle a lot in these details, but winning help a lot to improve.
What are the biggest positives to take from this game into the next one?
The results, the feeling, the way we gave time to our team to have that bit of luck to win some games, and then let's take the feeling but work really hard tomorrow. We need to win the next one.
A week left in the January window. You said earlier that you don't want to repeat any previous mistakes made by the club. Does that mean that there's going to be a cautious approach, despite the fact that, of course, the fans will be desperate to see some new players come in?
Yeah, we have to be cautious, and even the rules here. And you know that we have to follow the rules. And I think we did mistakes in the past. We cannot do it now. So we are focused on improving the team. But let's see. Let's focus on the players that we have and focus on the next game.
You said before that you find the fans chanting your name sometimes a little bit uncomfortable, but the away support tonight was absolutely brilliant. And you got the win on the eve of your 40th birthday. Nice little sweetener for the birthday tomorrow?
Yeah, but they deserve it. I think it's amazing. It's not normal. I know that you guys are used to this environment here, but it's not normal. So congratulations to our fans. It's a big privilege to work in this club and to give them wins. We want to give them wins, and today we did it. But like I said, we need to improve a lot, and we are going to do that.
Thanks, Ruben.
Thank you very much.
Yes, Lisandro Martinez earning Manchester United a big 3 points here against Fulham tonight. And Karen, did the goal and the way it came about just kind of sum up this game, really, the way it was going?
A little bit, but I thought Man United were far better in the second half. I think Fulham, when Wilson got injured, actually, I felt like they lost themselves quite a bit. He tried to make the changes. But I think, in fairness, I thought Man United pushed on and actually deserved the goal in it. And I think we kind of mentioned Garnacho at times. First of all, it's a great ball from Bruno to get in that space and behind. There's a little chop there, sells a defender. Look, the pass might have not been there, but I love what Martinez does, steps in front. When you play that left of the three, we all know better. You step in and you're aggressive and you win it, and then you get your little bit of luck from that momentum.
Yeah, you do. I mean, great movement, great timing, great pass from Bruno, who's always involved in everything. But I mean, creativity-wise, Man United were off it today. I think the lowest chances created in the Premier League game this season, which is 4, but they got the one that counted.
You spoke at half-time as well about Garnacho being the bright spot, the one bright spark for Manchester United. When you watch this game tonight, are you thinking, how could they possibly sell him, Rio?
Yeah, I am. I'm just thinking, where's that spark? I know. I think in terms of the team shape, he doesn't probably fit the profile of player that Amorim's used to having in that little half-10 space. Garnacho's naturally more an out-and-out winger. But he's definitely somebody I think has impact. And I don't care where he finds himself on the pitch, he will have impact in the game like he did today at some point. He'll create something. Sometimes I think he can clean up in some of the different elements of his game, yep. But the kid has that kind of understanding of sometimes, listen, I don't care. I'm going to go and just try and attack this game by any means, and normally finds a way. So he's a kid out of the academy, and I just find it, because of the financial rules, it's almost being incentivised for a club to sell homegrown talent. That should never be the case. Listen, I don't want to go down that road right now because I'm just hopefully enjoying a free points from Manchester United. But I think, listen, creativity-wise, they need to improve. And defensively today, I thought they were much better.
And given what else they offered in attack tonight, Karen, could they afford to let him go?
I think the question is if, like Rio said, if they sell and get kind of the profit for him, how could they use that for someone maybe that might fit his system better? You saw today he was very much a left winger because Majuari in the first half went and played in that 10 position, so he knows he can't play him inside as much as he would like. So I'm with Rio. I don't like selling homegrown talent, far from it. But the question is whether Ruben Amorim thinks, can I get him consistent for me? And if I sold him, could I use that money for a player that might fit my system? And that's only the manager can answer that.
What I would say, I think he's got to find a way of getting more out of this team with the ball. Far too many instances today you're looking at everything side to side, everything's safe around the back three players, the centre backs are having a lot of possession, but once the ball goes into the midfielders and the attacking players, there isn't enough like triggers and movements and cohesion with this team.
Do they desperately need a striker?
I think they need one of the strikers to start retaining the ball. I think that a platform for any team to start launching attacks and sustaining attacks, the forward has to be part of that and has to retain the ball, play into him, which allows runners to go beyond, allows the team to get up the pitch and play higher, having more possession in the opponent's half. Man United aren't allowed to do that recently, especially because I'm watching these games and the strikers aren't. The only time I saw it happen actually in the last couple of games, Xerxes came on against Southampton and the ball was getting fed into him, keeping it, team move up, change the fortunes of the games, and they're going to need that platform to really kind of move on in a positive way.
Okay, well, let's hear.
Yeah, well, he's clearly under no illusions. I mean, any win is welcome, of course, particularly when you're in this kind of situation for Manchester United. 12th in the table, 4 points off the top half. They can't gain loads of confidence, but winning does that in itself, does it not?
You know, I just like how straight and honest he is. He actually knows exactly what needs to be done. He knows they're a million miles off. And if Man United had played some beautiful football and hit the ball 4 times and 12 corners and 18 shots and got nothing from it, it doesn't mean anything. Tonight they got what that will do tonight. They got the points, and what that will do, and Owen will tell you, training ground will be bouncing. And that's all they need, a bit of confidence.
Remarkably, they didn't have any corners.
Absolutely, there you go.
I mean, that's,
exactly.
I've not seen many games where a team doesn't actually have a corner. But goals are hard to come by in this United side. You know, they're still trying to find who's going to, you know, Hoyland played today. You know, he had a tough day.
Yeah.
You know, to say the least. Xerxes come on. But actually, they're getting goals from, you know, from people like Martinez because they need it, you know, and obviously they've conceded a lot of goals too. But that will help build confidence. But I love Ruben, how honest he is, and how because he's trying to be open with everyone. Probably last week he was too open.
Yes,
which he realised. But he just wants the best, and that's why the United fans cheer for him at the end, because they know he's trying his best in difficult circumstances.
Guys, congratulations. Lissandro, I know you've scored a couple of goals for United this season. The first against Liverpool, but this was a big one tonight. It was the winner. Needed a bit of luck though.
Yeah, I think I was lucky, but I'm really important. I'm really happy with the way we win the game. It doesn't matter who scores. The most important is 3 points, how we fight, how we play, how we show character, personality. And what I'm so happy is because of this guy. This guy, honestly, is a big example for the young generation. The big example. So I'm really happy for him because he's working so hard every day and he's so humble, so he deserves all. So,
Toby, you've made your senior debut for Manchester United this season. What's it like to hear one of the senior players in the team say that about you, and how have you found it?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's coming from a World Cup winner, so couldn't ask for anyone better, really. But yeah, like you said, I'm just working hard. It's a tough environment, and I think that's good. It makes you better as a player and your character as well. But yeah, I'm just looking about improving every day and helping the team as much as I can.
And you were involved in the other key moment in the game tonight, that goal line clearance. Do you realise just how close that was?
Yeah, I remember clearing it and thinking, has that gone over? But luckily it hadn't. So yeah, just happy for the team and the win. And yeah, the most important thing is that we did it as a team together.
Yeah, it does feel like an important win for Manchester United, particularly after what's been another up and down week. And just to hear the fans celebrating like that at the final whistle, what do you think it meant to them?
It means a lot, not only for the fans, but also for us, because we suffer a lot, and it's really tough and really hard when you lose in this club. The pressure, we know, is really hard, but we are here. We put the chest every game. And we know how difficult it is, but we are here and we have to show every game, like today. We have to win also every game, and we have to be also really humble after winning.
Well done tonight, guys, and Alessandro, you're today's player of the match. Congrats. Thank you, guys.
Ruben Amorim there. We're delighted to say as well that a man who's represented both these clubs, someone Rio knows very well, of course, Edwin van der Sar has joined us pitchside. Thank you for joining us, Edwin. Ruben Amorim there, just talking about the feeling that win can give them going forwards. What was your assessment of the result and the performance from them?
Yeah, probably the result is nice, of course, for the winning manager. But I think the performance has not been great. I think Fulham had a great idea how to play. I think created the most chances. I think from my feeling it was the only shot on goal that United had, the shot from Martinez. So a great result for United in that way. But I think Fulham deserved a bit more from the game.
Ed, we obviously played at the club in our time. Someone who's been sitting and watching from afar, how have you seen things at Man United in recent years, and especially this season? This is why we got you on here, Ed. Come on, big question.
Here we go. Yeah, okay. It's of course you need to stabilize a club. Performances you need to have on a Saturday and on a Wednesday. Of course, we've chopped and changed with managers over the last 10, 11, 12 years. Mm-hmm. So the results are not coming to be fair. Or maybe the way they play. Winning games, of course, it must breed confidence, but you don't really see that on the pitch. That there's a lot of confidence of the idea how they want to play, and of course it's still early doors. But yeah, let's see how things work out.
Rio wants to know if you're free to come and run the club.
I'm enjoying my life really well at the moment, so I'm okay.
We went out for dinner in South Korea recently, and that's all we spoke about. Come on, Ed, come back, help the guys, join in, help the guys, because this guy's run a football club successfully. But listen, anyway, go on, Karen. I know you waited to ask a question.
No, I was just going to say, we saw you do a nice lap of honour. What did that mean to you here today?
No, yeah, of course I played a long time for Ajax and a couple of years at Juventus. My start at the Premier League was here at Fulham. It was 4 years. Maybe I didn't expect to play the whole 4 years, but we had a great time. My family enjoyed it. And from there on, living in London is not too bad, to be fair. But at a certain point, you wanted more, and to go at the age of 34 to play another 6 years for Man United, and the success that we had with the club, that's been amazing. But I think most of that came also because I knew the Premier League, and that was due to my time here at Fulham.
What are you doing now, Ed? I know you stopped working at Ajax now. You're flying all over the world at the moment, you and your wife and family.
Absolutely. I enjoy my time, of course. I made a decision like 18, 19 months ago to resign at Ajax. After that, I had a little health scare, but that's all fine. That's all good. I got a few calls with some headhunters, and at the moment, I'm just making up my mind if I really want to return to like the full time in a club or an organization, or doing whatever what you're doing.
Come and join the podcast world.
Couple a little bit of nice things and talk about the football and giving high fives to the players.
How good was this guy when you were playing alongside him, Rio, especially when you needed him to bail out all your mistakes?
Yeah, he made us look good. I mean, he was a wonderful goalkeeper. I think that, for me personally, I think a lot of defenders will say the same thing. When you look behind you, you want to know exactly where your goalkeeper, where you'd imagine him to be. And he was never out of step, always in the place where you want him to be. And when the moments came to make the big moments of saves and define a game, like in Moscow, who better to be behind you than this man here?
They're your best
I had
memories.
a couple of guys in front of me who made it easy, so I only had to stay a little left or right or head it away. And
did he always listen to you?
The one through ball that... I think Rio likes to talk, eh? So like in training or in the game or everything, and all the time he was busy. But I think we had a great understanding, like a partnership, and that comes with experience. And it's great to lead something from the back. I had always everything in front of me, so I could navigate how they needed to stand or what to do or to drop. And that connection that was incredible on and off the pitch.
And when you have a night like that, when you share an experience like that, like Moscow in 2008, does that just bond you forever?
Well, I actually thought it did, but Edwin knocked me back the other day for a meal. We organised to go out with our wives for a meal, and then he rang me and said, "No, Rio, I can't make it. A better offer, someone else."
Wow.
I extended my stay here, so instead of coming Friday, I only came Saturday night because my son had to play. My son is there also. He had a tremendous game yesterday in Holland, so I was really happy that I stayed and watched it.
Family first, I get it.
Edwin, we really appreciate you coming to join us. Thank you, and enjoy the time off.
So where are we next?
Forest.
We got him, guys. We've got him.
We'll speak to your people. Thank you very much.
I know the people. I'm myself.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Take care.
What a player. And tonight, I'm sure, watching that this evening, Rio, obviously there has been criticism of Onana this season, but a clean sheet tonight, huge for him, especially coming off the back of making
and I think
mistakes.
Listening to Amorim there, the manager, he's by no means a perfect performance, but the result was good. And I think it's important to take the positives that you can get out of a game. And I think that defensively, they kept Fulham to a minimum of chances. They look quite toothless at times, Fulham, so that's a positive. And I agree with him on the ball, still loads to do. Didn't look great on the ball, but again, they get the win, they get the goal by any means necessary, and they move on. That's how they've got to look at it right now.
OK, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, though, we're going to hear from the
Lisandro Martinez, the welcome recipient then of the Player of the Match award. He spoke really well there. And also reminding 21-year-old Toby Collier just to acknowledge the away fans. And I wonder which lucky young fan at Craven Cottage is going to get his shirt. Take your pick, Alejandro.
Argentina shirt,
Argentina
definitely.
fan as well. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. But I mean, that was quite interesting. And basically repeating what you both said, it wasn't vintage, it wasn't pretty, but it was a job done in the end.
It's the most important thing, isn't it, Dion?
Yeah.
You just got to find a way to win, and it wasn't pretty, but the state they're in at the moment, you just take 3 points the best you can. I think they were, 14th, up to 12th, so... And to be fair, thanks to Collier, that's why they won that game. That header...
On the line
was brilliant. A centre mid coming on, young kid, only 21, and he just read it. And that's all it is. That's all football is at the highest level. You want people to make decisions, big moments. Toby comes on. For whatever reason, he felt that ball could go there.
Yeah.
On that corner.
And this is something we don't see that often this season. Well, actually, in recent years, right?
Well, Dion, no, we always had somebody on the back post, but it's almost kind of gone out of the game. I mean, he just reads that Collier brilliantly, and that helps them end up winning the game. That's a centre mid, just drops in a position, reads the flick, and brilliant from the young man.
It's very instinctive. Just seeing the danger, and he's gone in there thinking, just in case. That's all it is, just in case there's a danger. Keeper's gone to his right, to the near post. He's gone to the left. Very, very clever.
And what does that do for the belief that the manager has in a youngster like Toby Collier? Because there's so much talk about the futures of academy, products at Manchester United, and is their future at Old Trafford or not? But Amorim clearly believes in him, doesn't he? This season, he'll look back at it as maybe his breakthrough season. Oh, definitely. And the thing is, the reason he believes in him probably because he's training well. And I think the way Ruben plays in this formation, it's actually going to suit Toby Collier. He's got the energy for it. He's got good legs. He's kind of box to box. And I think the times he's come on, he's had a really good impact on the game. And he's thrown him on in some big moments, by the way. He's come on in games and had an impact. Today, he saved the team points there. And the manager's going to look to him every time he thinks, in fact, he can help me. He puts a shift in, and that's all you need from a young man. Put a shift in, work hard for the manager, and be reliable. Yeah.
It's good that, during the interview, you said it's a tough environment. It should be a tough environment. You're going into the first team. You play for Man United, the manager's dragged you into the first team training session. It should be tough. That's why Martinez said what he said. He's humble, he's come from the 23s, all the kids, gone into the first team, kept his head down, and he's working hard. He's got his rewards. That's the way football should be.
Yeah, in some ways it was a cameo from the bench. He saves his side a goal clearly there, but what about the goal that actually mattered? From Lisandro Martinez, and a rather unlikely goal scorer, only his third United goal. A touch of fortune, but as they say, if you don't buy a ticket, Owen.
Well, look, I love that little chop from Garnacho. Really, it was him and Ahmad who were creating things, but he just reads it, gets in front of Muniz there, and sometimes it just falls to you, Manish, and the ball's basically talking to you saying, hit me. And honestly, I love this from Garnacho, brilliant. And Martinez, for whatever reason, he reads this coming out, gets in front, boom, I'm going to hit that. And I think it's Lukic. It comes off Lukic.
It does, yeah.
And that obviously makes the ricochet, makes it difficult for Bandeno. And look, if you don't hit, like Dion said, if you don't hit it, you never know. And he had a pop.
Yeah, he did. He just, the thing about it is the keeper's expecting a clean strike on his goal, and he's set for a clean strike. He probably would have saved a clean strike, but he's just come out a little bit too far. Yeah. And the deflection's it's a perfect deflection.
Do you think having a second look there, Bernd Leno, could he have done more?
No, I don't. I just think when the ball's flying that quick, he got something on it, but just not enough. Sometimes you just find yourself in and I don't know if you can see the keeper in this clip, but you'll see the keeper comes forward, maybe, if you can see him in the top of the screen. Watch him come forward. As soon as he steps forward...
Yeah, take him out.
Yeah, he's never going to be able to go back quick enough because the ball's moving so quick. Gets his tips on it, he tries his best, but sometimes it's just not your day, and Martinez got lucky with that one. United needed that look. They needed it.
Garnacho played a part there, and we saw Ahmad also thinking he had scored a goal. I mean, these are players who are coming to the rescue for United at the minute, aren't they?
Yeah, the young lads, they're the hope. Well, Bruno's obviously the guy that kind of for the big moments, but actually it's Ahmad and Garnacho who are the only ones really that actually create moments. And I think right now, because the team's struggling scoring goals, you're relying on these young lads' individual brilliance to do something in a moment. We saw it with Ahmad against Manchester City. Obviously against Southampton, obviously as well. The Ahmad show kept rolling on. But today, they're the lads that are creating. I know they only had one shot on target, but they're the ones who have moments where, if it falls to them, they create moments for their teammates.
Like Collier, we saw Muniz come off the bench, but for Fulham, to try and give them a spark up top, it wasn't quite working out for. He nearly made an impact, did he not?
Yeah, he did. Muniz had a couple of chances, actually. He just gets his technique wrong on a couple of occasions. That one there, he snatches at that. You just have to get above that one, and then you just... Anything into the ground, he's got to score, but he just goes underneath it. Oh, there's 3 shirts in front of him there, but just look, you see how he lifts it there. He's got to go low there. Yeah. It's a poor technique, and he knows he should have done better.
I think he should have scored. Dion's right. Just if volley into the ground, it hits the ground, it's in.
Yeah.
I mean, Marco Silva won't believe that somehow how they found a way to lose that game.
Yeah.
They deserved probably at least a point.
Yeah.
But if you don't take it, we said in the first half, they had good chances. They didn't take them. In the end, they got punished, same as Southampton.
For Manchester United, it clearly wasn't a vintage.
That would be massive for them.
And an unlikely match winner, Lisandro Martinez, whose shot, I suppose, fortuitous in the end, right behind the points.
Yeah, listen, like Owen said, he took the strike on. It was going to hit the target. It took a deflection. It was very much I think the keeper came out to set himself a couple of yards for the strike, took the deflection, and where he was is where the ball went, and he just couldn't get enough of a hand on it.
So a narrow victory in the end for Manchester United, and that ends match week 23, of course, which started then on Saturday. Quick reminder as to what we saw 24 hours ago, that statement win for Bournemouth over third-place Nottingham Forest. Dango Ouattara getting a hat-trick there. Everton beating Brighton for back-to-back wins for David Moyes' side. Leaders Liverpool eased to a comfortable victory over struggling Ipswich. Newcastle coming from behind to beat Southampton by 3-1, 2 for Alexander Isak. Arsenal getting the better of Wolves thanks to Ricardo Calafiori's winner. Both sides ending the game with 10 men. Manchester City beating Chelsea by 3-1 for a 4th league win in 5 for Pep Guardiola's side. Today, we've seen Palace lose at home to Brentford, who got only a 2nd away win of the season. Leicester City ending a 7-game losing run at Spurs with a comeback win there. Tottenham have now lost 4 on the spin in the league. One apiece between Villa and West Ham. And Manchester United leaving it late to win at Fulham. So after match week 23, it's Liverpool, top of the pile, who stays 6 points clear at the top with a game in hand, 53 points from 22 games. Arsenal are second, 3 points ahead of Nottingham Forest. Manchester City are into the top 4. They're level on points with Newcastle. Chelsea and Bournemouth outside the top 5 by a point. And then it's Villa, Brighton and Fulham who stay 10th, despite today's defeat at the Cottage. Southampton bottom, now 11 points adrift of safety. Ipswich joined in the bottom 3 by Wolves. They're both 1 adrift. Leicester out of the relegation zone for the first time since Christmas Day, courtesy of that win over Spurs earlier today. Everton clear by 7 points after their back-to-back wins. Spurs are 15th, West Ham 14th, Palace 13th, and then Manchester United up to 12th with 29 points from 23 games. And then it's Brentford who are 11th.
Inside our studio, Robbie Mustoe, Robbie Earle, Rebecca Lowe. As John said, not a brilliant game, Robbie Mustoe. But for Manchester United right now, does it matter in terms of that? I think their goal was their only shot on target. Does that matter? Or does what matters results to give him some breathing space?
I'd say both. They both matter. It does matter how they play. It doesn't matter how many chances they create. It does matter how this thing's rolling forward. And it's going to be a slow one. It's going to be a slow project. You know, even though they won the game, and you said it, the Man United fans are brilliant. Away fans are superb. And that's great. And they'll stick behind this manager and this team. No worries about that. But they're going to have to be patient, and it feels good to win. And it is, of course, it's really important to get a victory. They've had some pretty bad losses in recent weeks, and that wasn't amazing. But the second half was better, and there's less issues without the ball, a little bit more possession control. And, you know, if it's going to be... It might be United get better possession steadily without creating too many chances, and that might be the last piece of it. So it is going to take a long time, and we've seen so many permutations of... not systems, but different players in different spots and switching wing-backs and all sorts. It gets better just by a small amount each time.
It's interesting, at the beginning of the week, all the headlines, of course, were about Amorim saying this is the worst team in Manchester United's history, but actually then he walked it back a little bit, said, oh, I'm a young manager, maybe I shouldn't have said it. But 2 wins since he said it.
2 late winners in both the games, 2 wins. It's a result 1-0 away at Fulham. It sounds better than it looked. It wasn't great on the eye, but it's about getting 3 points. That was important. I think Graham said it in commentary. There's so much more that can be done on the football side, but some of that will come in time. And I think, you know, with Robbie, I saw the point of where they're in front of the Manchester United fans who are going crazy because they've won 1-0 at Fulham with a deflected goal. And it just gives you a little glimpse into what the future could be with this team who can play better, who can score goals, but there's so much work to do. But the important thing in professional sport, in the position Manchester United were in, was 3 points.
Robbie, in terms of the tweaks he made today and the movements of the different players into the different slots, is there anything that he did that he can rule out or rule in moving forward to make his system better?
Well, I think the Mazraoui thing's interesting because he tried to play him in a slightly different position. Mazraoui's not a wing-back. And he's having to play him there in certain games. Now, he's manufacturing his role a little bit to try and make it different. That's not something that looks like it's going to get a lot better. So, in terms of ruling things in, I don't think you can rule anything particularly strongly in right now as well. Again, I'm not changing my tune on this. This is going to be a slow one. They don't look great, but it might slowly, I think it will, until reinforcements come. That changes everything. If they get a few new players in, that's when it might
get better.
I'll go to one point, ruling something out. Rasmus Højlund, not sure he's out. Not sure that he's... Well, in terms of potential and finishing, there's enough there. But in terms of attitude and working, and I've seen it a few times, like he's putting his hands up in the air, he's playing like a superstar, he's not getting the service. I admit, he's not getting great looks, but I just think that he's on a short shrift here, and they might decide that if they can raise some money, they might decide to sell him.
OK. Clearance off the line from Toby Collier. Goal in the end for Lisandro Martinez. They're both talking. Let's hear from him then.